just kind of watch it to make sure that we're in the shot right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to mess these interviews up. Like, do you know how? I mean, have you ever worked a camera? No.
Sure.
Look, you're nervous now. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and I know you got the well, see, you got all your energy out because, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to. So look, are you comfortable? Is this in the shot?
Yeah.
Listen, don't be messing my shot up now, Courtney. Okay, so now, I would like to bring to the stage the one and only Mike Murray. Yes, yes. No, go ahead, have a seat. And then, hey, Carrie, could you do me a favor? He's got a mic. Go ahead. Yeah, you got my. But look, I was gonna ask a favor of you. Yeah, I forgot. Joe's sitting right there. I'm like, duh, Joe. Of course, you know, Joe. You just have one of them faces. It's like, you know, don't bother me right now, man. I'm sitting down, relaxing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, Carrie. Could you do me a favor, Marcus? Do you have a mic?
Yes, I do.
So could you do me a favor? Could you make an announcement? Could you say Matt Ellipsis Matt Ellipsis interviews Mike Murray? Okay.
Matt Ellipsis.
And then when he says that, then you guys are gonna clap. Okay.
You gotta lead me the shot, you know.
Say it again.
You gotta lead me the shot.
Right. And then is the shot good? Is it okay? Don't mess my shot up now, Courtney, because this is important. This is critical. Listen, I take this part very seriously because these are the people that sponsor the theater. You know what I'm saying? I want it to look nice, and I want it to. And I gotta look professional. Okay, so first I'm gonna say. Listen, Mike. I'm serious. Listen, I learned a while ago. You're not supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Bangers don't look like this.
But I do know that white people need lotion too.
It's that lotion. I gotta show you.
The itch is back.
It's a birthmark.
It's a
Looks like lotion.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It's a natural connection.
Oh, look at that! Damn! Listen.
You actually heard something? You heard something? Huh? Did he say? Huh? What?
Natural connection.
I've known Paul. You sound like every girl I've dated. Moving on.
That is so hilarious. That is so hilarious. So I'm gonna say Mike Murray, and you guys are gonna clap because I'm capturing audio at least.
Give me the clap,
right?
everyone.
And then you will say, and then you guys will clap again. So forgive me for that, but it's helping for my editing. So, and now coming to the stage, everybody, Mike Murray. No, Marcus! Don't interrupt let the applause naturally die down. Put a little space in there, and then say, because, listen, it's for the editing, okay? All right, so now you got to mess up the whole thing. All right.
If the clap is going to happen, let the clap happen.
Yes. Yes. The only time that that's not is for, you know, STDs, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't let that clap happen. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's do this right. And now coming to the stage, Mike Murray.
And now, Matt Ellipsis interviews Mike Murray.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Very well.
So you guys give a round of applause for Mike Murray.
I need this because I'm old and I don't remember anything. Yeah. Well, let's hope this goes better than last night. Last night it was so bad that there was a couple of guys from Hiroshima survivors that, as they were walking out, looked at me and said, "We thought we had it bad with pet bombing, but." Really? We're going to start there. Okay, I want you to, this is a little something that, you know, Mel was kind enough to do again for me tonight.
Get you dressed?
I want you to take it. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. I want you to picture that dress that Mel was wearing in the beginning. Okay, you got it in your head? Yeah. 3 words for you. Those were real. Pretty unusual in this area to see something like that real. Now, what I want you to think about though, how expensive is a dress like that with that many real diamonds on it? The money she spent just to do this show. Well, some of you know me, some of you don't. For those that know me are pretty well aware of the fact that my whole life is pretty much, the world has been the dog with the itchy butt and I've been the carpet.
Well,
It's true. It's true. I was thinking about this the other day. Wouldn't it be weird if we actually lived our lives like dogs? You know, if our social interactions were a lot like dogs. You know, you meet somebody for the first time, you're like...
Sniff their butt?
You live on Hollister? Or, you know, the guys in the bar, they're a little protective around here. Somebody walks up and talks to their lady, so they got to run over quick and pee on the leg of their lady, you know. It's the way the dogs do it. You know, being kind of it might be the lighting, but I haven't missed a lot of meals. No, it's true, I'm fat.
Husky.
I'm husky. I'm just glad I don't have to do that thing that the dogs do where they have to turn around 5 times before they go to the bathroom. Because some of these stalls are not big enough for me. Can you imagine how pissed your friends would be? Like, you pull into a gas station, you get out, and you're like... Let's go to that. I had a weird experience yesterday. I was going in the dollar store, ran into an Amish guy, he had a parrot on his shoulder, and I walked up and said, "God, that thing is beautiful, where did you get that?" And the parrot set up on County A, they're all over the place. I did get talking to him for a little bit, and he was going through a bad stretch in his life. He's actually going through a divorce. I said, "Well, if you don't mind my asking, why?" "Well, she'd be driving me buggy." It's actually more painful coming to my head. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm not exactly the picture of health, but I will have you know, last weekend I did my first marathon. I don't like to brag, but I did win. It was a Netflix marathon.
Yes.
I got through that quicker than anybody. I've gotten to realize the older I've gotten, have you noticed how much lazier you get? Am I the only one that's ever done this? Am I the only one that has ever washed silverware multiple times consecutively that aren't even dirty anymore because you just don't feel like putting them away? Apparently I'm yeah, I alluded to earlier that I'm a driver's ed instructor, and I got to tell you, some of the kids, Courtney, I know you wouldn't have been like this. If you'd been my student, I know you wouldn't have been like this. But I got to tell you, the generation that's coming up says some interesting things. Very first class I ever taught, and a young lady raised her hand, and she was as serious as a heart attack, and she said, "Mr. Murray, now when we get in a car, will you tell us which one's the gas and which one's the brake?" Of course, I said, "Well, of course we will, and you'll be driving with Ryan." It's a true story. I use an analogy for the kids. I talk to them about dangerous situations. I call them piranha moments. Like if you're in water with a piranha, how dangerous and awful it can be if you don't get out of that situation quickly. So, driving with two students, two young ladies, and we pulled up to a situation that was considered a piranha moment. And I said to the girl that was driving, I said, "Now, do you remember what kind of moment this is?" And she's like, "No." So I'll give you a hint, it's a fish. She's like, "Oh, an iguana moment." I said, "No, it's a piranha moment." To which she said, "Well, they rhyme." And I'm laughing about this. We're going down the road, and the girl in the back seat, it's one of these things where you can, you hear grinding, you think it's your brakes, you think maybe like there's a rotor going out or something, and then you realize it's her thinking. Because she blurts out, "Well, actually, an iguana is closer to a piranha than, say, like a bear is."
Wow.
Really? It's like, yeah, because like an iguana is a reptile, and a bear is a mammal, and there's reptiles in the water, and there's no mammals in the water.
Oh, okay.
Really? I said, "You mean other than whales and dolphins?" She said, "Oh, yeah." And again, a little time lapse. Out of the back seat. "Yeah, but bears don't know how to swim." Really? What? "Oh, yeah, I guess there's polar bears." Now, mind you, this girl is going to be a doctor. Just trying to imagine this. "Well, it appears you have like tennis elbow is what I'm thinking." That's great, but is that possible to get that in my ankle? Because you're examining my ankle. I did have this said to me by students. The one girl is in the backseat of the car and says, "You know who you remind me of? You remind me of Gru from Despicable Me." And I said, "Well, since I've never seen Despicable Me, thank you." And the kid driving is like, "Well, he's bald and fat with a really big nose." And thank you. And then the girl in the backseat, to make me feel better, said, "Your nose isn't that big." Can't make this stuff up. Cannot make this stuff up. I will say, some of you know me and are friends with me on Facebook, and you know just really how pathetic my dating life is. But the internet has brought me to an all new
Low.
low, yeah. You think high, but low. Hey, because you get somebody on Match.com that sends you a message. You start chatting with them, and true story. We're chatting for like half an hour, 40 minutes. Hey, it's just kind of nice, And I get a message back that says, "You seem like a really nice, normal guy. Do you have any friends you think I might be attracted to?" It's okay, I own a mirror. I'm okay with it. They put mirrors in bathrooms right outside of showers so that we know that God intended for us to have a sense of humor. As both of my ex-wives would say, I'm done.
Awesome.
Yes. Listen, let me tell you something. I need you guys to know. I enjoyed that so much. I enjoyed that so much. Thank you so much. So much. It's so gratifying to hear comedy material. It's just gratifying to hear it. You know, because it's one thing for us to do a song or, you know, do a rap. But for somebody to go dig down in their life and put together some material, you know what I'm saying, and it actually worked. Did you guys like how it worked?
Yeah.
You're good. You're really good. You're really good.
Can I tell stories about Paul?
Do you have one?
Oh, I got one.
All right, come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
I got several stories about Paul. Paul and I worked together.
No.
Yeah, Paul and I worked together at the European Cafe many years. I mean, this is long ago enough that. How many remember when you had the pond there?
Yeah.
And this we worked together before it was 2 rooms. Remember when it was just the 1 room?
Yeah.
And then they added on. Has anybody here seen the movie Waitress?
Yep.
It's the inner workings of a restaurant and how frustrating it can be to be an employee in a restaurant. And there's one particular character in this movie. And she would go in the kitchen and she would be like, those SOB, dumb, stupid, ridiculous, hate those, yo, and then she'd walk around the corner, everything okay? For dessert? I mean, that was Paul. Anybody remember the blue dresses that they used to wear at the European Cafe? Yes, I walked in the kitchen. Now, I used to be like the only male employee there. I walked into the kitchen one day, and Paula had her dress pulled up out to her chin. And any lady that's worn nylons understands this. Is doing this. And I'm like, what? And then one of the ladies like, Paula, Mike is right there. She's like, let's just Mike. But our favorite story.
No, it's not right though.
It's our favorite story though. This is where our friendship, Paul and I have known each other for many years. And the one thing that's been the beauty of our friendship is the fact that we're brutally honest with each other, always. So she took me shopping with her one day. I wish like video phones would have been popular back then.
Black. Just FYI, it was black. It was not leopard.
Baloney. It was leopard. In my story, it was leopard.
I know.
We had to get dressed up. It was the grand opening for the European Cafe for the next part. And Paula walks out and she's wearing, ladies, do you remember the full body suits?
Yeah. I was gonna wear a jacket over it, just FYI.
Yes. And one claim to fame that Paula has is she has absolutely no butt. So she walked out and it's like she's a very beautiful woman and she's very curvy here. Here, not so much. My mother would have blushed at the words that she called me that day for telling her that that was hideous on her. And that's where our friendship, and I am, just so you know, I can't tell the story, but I am the reason that Paula is deaf.
Ooh. Hey, listen.
You are now listening to nm3dots.com. Free download. Thank you for your support. You are now listening to nm3dots.com. Free download. Thank you for your support.
This is not a secret, tight hold like no spiteful, lack of insightful, not no rival. Society, hold no eye, it's irony. Cattle on 1,000, my propriety.